why we watching women's basketball. It's not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
She said it's not just one person, it's both of us. So, Angels team, right, in Chicago. And their attendance, 6,000, 6,000, 12,000, 9,000, 8,000, 8,000, and then 17,000. Whoa, why was it 17,000? Who she played? Who you think she played?
I might be too strung out on compliments.
Okay, guys, so I saw this post the other day after the WNBA draft, right? And they showed on TV the followings, and I didn't think nothing of it. But I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, Angel Reese has 4.8 million followers, and Caitlin Clark has 3.1 million followers. And you'll think as much as they talk about Caitlin Clark that, oh, she's the one that everyone talks about. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of diabolical that Angel Wilson is the champion, and compared to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, she doesn't have nowhere close to that following. But one thing about this, right? Someone said Angel Reese is the face of the league. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you equating followers to viewership? I was like, are you serious right now? Are we serious gonna like compare that as to being the same thing? Because the viewership is not there like that. I know that the WNBA is not a profit and that they lost recently over $40 million. And even with the impact of Caitlin Clark, even though she arrived, it did boost views and merchandise and sales. You know, it did help, but it wasn't enough to offset the league's financial challenges. Because one person isn't going to turn this whole thing around. You need multiple people. And let's be real, Angel Reese following isn't what we all think it is. The only people who follow her are girls who have the same mindset as her, girls who play basketball, and guys who want to, let's be honest, probably just want to do the nasty to her. Let's just keep it 100. Those are probably her followers. I'll say she has more of a social media presence than Caitlin Clark because she does have her own, YouTube like podcast thing going on. So just off that, I think she's more of a social media presence than a basketball presence on social media, if I'm being honest. And again, like I mentioned, she has a YouTube channel where, she has over 100K subscribers on there. So I think Angel Reese doesn't really care about basketball like that. I think she just has more of a social media presence, if anything. And back on the thing about the viewership, if we're being honest, if y'all don't know, they actually talked about this on First Take that Caitlin Clark team is actually getting more TV appearances this season.
So Caitlin Clark obviously has been a hot button topic on the show and took the WNBA by storm last year. Now her team is going to have 41 of their 44 games nationally televised, while the reigning champs, the Liberty, only have 32.
Damn.
Was this a fair move by the W?
Yes. Just say yes, because if they're not the ones bringing in the views like that, why would you promote them way over Caitlin Clark if she's the one boosting the views? That makes total sense. Anyone with a brain cell knows that makes sense. Sure, it might be unfair, but hey, at the end of it, do you want to make money or not?
I think it's two things. I mean, obviously people want to watch Caitlin play, and so you have to put the people on TV that people want to see. But at the same time, like there's stars all over the league, and you want good basketball as well. Obviously Indiana, especially like with their free agents, they're going to be a great team. But to not have the defending champs on TV more, I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, I do think Caitlin's a star. And like I said, people want to see her, and we are trying to grow the league. Like you need to put on TV the players that people want to see. But kind of what I said before, I don't think raising the level of the other teams has to mean bringing down Caitlin or the Indiana Fever. They should have those amount of games on TV on primetime, but I think other teams should also have more than what they have.
Now I get what she's saying. Those other teams should get their times on TV, but you gotta remember, where you gonna push? Something that barely gives you views or something that actually gives you views, which is the Caitlin Clark effect. They legit call it that. That's what it's called, the Caitlin Clark effect. And it's to a point where that's why they give her these more games and her team on TV. Because you have to be a complete idiot to want to put something that doesn't give you views like that versus something that will actually get you views. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the first game of the season is Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Legit, they're Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Why would they make that the first game of the season if they didn't think that was going to push them views? Why would they do that? And it's even gotten to the point where we have Lisa Leslie, who's a former WNBA player, coming out saying this about Caitlin Clark.
I think it's all about money, marketing, and we cannot deny what Caitlin Clark has done for the women's game. I'm not going to act like it's something that we don't see. She's had a huge effect. Call it the Caitlin Clark effect. Yes, have we ever had teams have to get into larger arenas to play against a team? No, we have not. So if we have more eyeballs on the game and Caitlin Clark brings that, why would we feel some kind of way because she has more television games? I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else. And I think Caitlin has said that even herself in certain interviews. And I love that. I love that she's not the player who's like, it's all about her. It's not. She's giving love and homage to those of us that have come before her. She shares the wealth with her teammates, and she doesn't have to do that. So I just don't, again, I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love. She deserves that, and she's helped change this game just as a lot of other players have. But it is what it is. And I think that we are all benefiting from the effects that she's had on the game. And I just appreciate the way she shows up. Listen, she's a competitor. She's a trash talker. She makes players around her better. She's exciting to watch. And quite frankly, I've missed seeing her. Being at Unrivaled, I wish that she was there. Like, I've missed seeing her play. So I really look forward to seeing her back out there. But as I do all of the WNBA players, like, we are really watching a very exciting level of basketball. I miss seeing Asia Wilson out there. Like, she's, to me, still one of the best players in the world. So it's been great seeing Nafisa Collier out there. I think she's in the talk for being one of the best players in the world. Like, so I feel like the competition is there. You got to go out there and prove yourselves. And listen, are we going to get upset about 5, 6, 10 games less on television or not? I don't think we should. We have access to find these games now in a way that we never had before. And we have to appreciate that, and all these platforms that support the W. So, hey, listen, Caitlin, I am so thankful for her. I'm thankful for all of these women and where this game is. And we have to step back and see the big picture and how it's impacting all of us.
And I'm really glad that Lisa Leslie actually came out and said this, because there are so many people, especially in the WNBA so far, that are trying to make this narrative that it's not Caitlin Clark who's helping with this situation, but it really is. And then you have a lot of these, women in the WNBA trying to act tough. But one definitely regretted messing around with Caitlin Clark, because the one girl who pushed her, who was on the Chicago Sky team, is not there no more. You see what I mean? They gonna kick you out of the league, bro. You gotta be careful, girl. You can't just be stupid out here doing non-basketball plays. Cause how was that basketball play? What like got you to say, I gotta do this real quick and I'll probably get away with it? Because now you at the league. And then you look into her past, she already has some like past history of doing some dumb stuff like this. And that could also be a part of it too. But the fact that you do that to Caitlin Clark, the moneymaker, that's when you know you're stupid. But guys, y'all tell me y'all thoughts about this. Do y'all really believe Angel Reese is the face of the league right now in the WNBA? I mean, this person could be trolling. I hope they're trolling, because followers don't equate to viewership, which a lot of people tune in because of Caitlin Clark. That's why they have it called the Caitlin Clark effect. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts about this. Who's the face of the WNBA? If y'all new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.